Close to Her Heart, written by Josie20K, read by Arashi. Hilda never thought love, of all emotions, would inspire mountains of effort in her. In her bedroom, she hunched over her desk in the late hours, working to make a necklace using a gem she'd spent an hour spelunking to find. I'm incredible when inspired, she thought. All of this work took place in the course of a day. Earlier that day, while out on a shopping trip, Annette bought herself the cutest blue dress. Hilda even got to see her in the dress, and Annette looked jaw-dropping. However, Annette also wanted some jewelry, but didn't have enough money. It was instant inspiration. Getting the materials was the hardest part, and in the end, she only found one jewel in the color that she needed. In order to not ruin it, careful work was required, which was what caused her to work until the moon rose. Regardless, she got it done. She stared at her smiling reflection in the pendant. With a yawn, she set it down on the desk, then collapsed into the bed. While she wanted to take it to Annette right away, she was probably asleep. Not only was Hilda exhausted from sleep deprivation, but also from a sudden burst of effort. So, for now, she slept. I made this for you. Hilda took out the necklace, holding it at two ends in front of Annette. It was made with a smooth, flexible leather cord, which was covered in beads. The pendant, an orange garnet sculpted into a heart shape, hung down from it. Hilda partially hoped that the bright jewel would take attention away from her baggy eyes, but mostly she wanted to see what kind of reaction Annette would give. Annette's eyes went wide. She ran her fingertip along the surface of the pendant. Then she held it with two of her fingers, lifting it a little. Hilda let go of the necklace, allowing it to fall into Annette's grasp. Annette held it with both hands and continued to touch it, rubbing her fingers against the beads. For me? Annette asked. Of course, Hilda said. Okay, I know this doesn't mean that much coming from me, but I worked hard on it. Annette stared at Hilda with wide eyes, then looked at the necklace. She slipped it on. Then she reached out and embraced Hilda in a big hug. Thank you so much, Annette smiled. Hilda yelped from the sudden contact, but returned the hug with a wide grin. The force of the hug caused the two of them to spin around, unwittingly swapping places. Hilda lost her footing and fell back into Annette's room. The two fell on the floor, with Annette looking at Hilda. Annette's eyes were bright, like the pendant around her neck. I love you, Hilda. I love you too. Hilda gently held Annette's pendant. The two girls came closer until their lips locked and they kissed. They stayed like that for a while, not caring about anything else except each other. Ever since then, Annette wore that necklace almost every day. Hilda got to see how it looked in combination with Annette's blue dress, and it was a perfect match. Definitely worth the effort. Annette also wore it with several other outfits, regardless of if it made sense, fashion-wise. Either way, regardless of fashion, what the pendant matched most was Annette's joyful face. As the years passed, the blue dress faded from wear and tear, but Annette kept the pendant close to her heart.